What's up, everybody? You were tuned in to the Cris
Ammo.
podcast, episode 103. Big Energy Monday. Hope everybody's having a good Labor Day Monday. Whether you have the cookout, barbecue, whatever you're doing, you're at work. Hope you're having a good day, man. We got a lot of things to get into. College football happened this week. A lot of games happened. A lot of games to react to. Plus, we're going to talk about a Josh Allen overrated. No. And we're going to do a little overreaction Monday. So, without further ado, let's get to it. And we are back, Cris Mall Podcast, episode 103, Big Energy Monday. Mall, what is going on?
Not much, bro. Exciting weekend of football, so that was dope, man. It's feeling good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. See your dog doing really good right
Yeah,
now.
she doing really good out there, trying to wake up everybody in the that's watching the show. You know what I mean? Shout out to my dog.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, man, how was your day off?
Man, day off was good, man. We had our one of our drafts that we got yesterday. I'm pretty satisfied with my team.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry about the mix up on
That's all good.
order.
It's all good. It's all good. I came close to giving you a hell no this week, but some other things overcame because of that. But it's all love, brother. It's all love.
Wasn't my fault, man. It was NFL.com.
Nah, that shit was cool. I like my team. I'm not mad at my team. What about you? How you feeling? How you feeling about the draft?
I like my team.
Okay.
I feel bad. I feel disgusting because I drafted Joe Burrows.
Hey, that's your guy this year. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
I'll just sit him on week 2. That's all
I
right.
need I need your boy Steele to get the starting positions one
Who?
day.
Carson Steele?
I need Carson Steele to come
No,
clutch one day.
you might want to sit him on the bench.
No, he on the bench. No, he on the bench. I got him. He was like one of my last picks I had, but I need that. I'm excited about our alibi win tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So just gotta get ready for that after we finish this. So I'm
yeah,
excited
for
for that.
sure. All right, for sure. All right, man. Let's talk about college football, man. A lot of games that happened this week.
Mm-hmm.
Friday. Yeah, or actually, what Thursday? Thursday,
Thursday. Yep,
we
Thursday.
had a lot. We had a lot of games. You had Missouri. They destroyed Murray State 51-0. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Kansas, they won. These are all the ranked teams. Kansas beat Lindenwood 48-3. Utah beat Southern Utah 49-0. NC State, a little bit of had a little bit, but they still, dominated 138-21 over Western Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Then you move over to Friday. You had Oklahoma over Temple. They won 51-3. I know that was the TCU and Stanford game that night too, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Mhm.
I think TCU win. I want to say.
I think TCU did win. Yeah.
Damn, I don't think they covered on my teeth though. But anyway, and then on Saturday, which were all the big games, you had Clemson and Georgia, where Georgia just dominated and destroyed Clemson 34-3. Um, we'll get into that in a little bit. Ohio State ends up beating Akron 52-6. Oregon had a little tight one with Idaho, but they ended up pulling it out and beating them 24-14. Texas looked really good, where Quinn Evers and Archman got touchdowns. They dominated Colorado State 52-0. Alabama dominated Western Kentucky 63-0.
Yeah.
Ole Miss really didn't care about Furman and beat them 76-0.
Hog walked them. Hog walked. God damn. Shout out to Dart though.
They didn't care. Penn State ended up beating West Virginia 34-12.
Yeah.
Michigan pulled it out against Fresno State 30-10.
Hmm.
Tennessee beats Chattanooga 69-3. Oklahoma State wins 44 to 20 over South Dakota State. K State beats UT Martin 41-6. Miami beat your Gators. Sorry, brother. 41-17.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Then you had the uh, um, where is it at? I just had it. Oh, Notre Dame beat Texas A&M 23-13. That was a pretty tight
That was a really
game.
good game. That was a good game.
Yeah, it was a really tight game, and Notre Dame pulled it out at the end. Then you had Arizona beating New Mexico 61-39, where had a receiver had like damn near 300 yards of receiving in
I
that
mean,
game.
nice. He nice.
He,
He
he
nice.
might be, you might as well just go ahead and shut it down now. You're first round pick, sir.
Wait, looking, there's a lot of receivers coming out next year that look
I
really,
know.
really nice.
Iowa dominates Illinois State 40-0. And then last night we had the big game. It was a lot of LSU fans out here. The USC fans started popping out yesterday. I saw a lot of them yesterday at work.
Hmm.
Um, but they end up USC ended up pulling it out. It was a tight game, but LSU made that one mistake. That's all it
Yeah.
takes, and LSU ended up losing 27-20. At USC put it out. Uh, USC looked really good at defense. That was the question. Could it turn it around? Now I know this is sample size, one game sample size, but the defense looks improved. It really does. And the offense, they got some guys over there. Their quarterback looks pretty good. Stepping in, behind Caleb Williams. The LSU quarterback didn't look too bad either. You know what I'm saying? He actually played pretty well, except for the last part. But
Mhm.
other than that, he played pretty well.
Yeah.
I know everybody's talking about Brian Kelly and his tantrum after the game,
Hmm.
but I think that just comes with Brian Kelly. It is what it is. I think LSU will be fine. Um,
Yeah.
uh, as far as Georgia and Clemson goes, we talked about it. Dabo Swinney, he thinks he's above approach when it comes to the transfer portal, and he acts like paying the kids is bad, even though he's making millions and millions of dollars.
Hmm.
And if he doesn't change his ways, they're gonna run him out of Clemson.
Hmm.
I'm telling you right now. Uh, they will call. They will have Deion Sanders on speed dial if they could possibly sway him to come to Clemson, because they know that Deion's going to bring that transfer portal for sure.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm sure there's and we can talk about it, but there's going to be some other teams. We talked about it at work. Florida State, Florida. If Florida State loses tonight, Norvell might be looking out like be on the unemployment line.
Hmm.
Um, but what were your overall thoughts? I mean, I know week one, usually the big teams, the ranked teams, they play a lot of cupcakes just to
Yeah.
get in the flow of football, get their legs up under them before they play the bigger teams in their division or conferences and stuff like that. So it's not too much to take from this week, but what were your overall thoughts?
Well, yeah, like I'll start off with the Colorado game. I think with Shador Sanders, he seems like he's the clear cut best quarterback in this in the NCAA, along
Yeah.
with Cam Ward. I'll get to that in a little bit. But Shador Sanders looked amazing. I know their defense kind of slow. It kind of started off a little slow, but I think they picked up a little bit towards the second half,
Hmm.
slowing down North Dakota State. I get North Dakota State isn't like a big top school as far as like Division 1, but overall, man, North Dakota State is a respectable school. Man, they've won a lot of championships. We knew it wasn't going to be an easy game. I think they would give anybody a tough route. Some may have had an easier time than Colorado than others, but we get it. They've had over 40 different transfers coming to that team, so we know it's going to be a little bit to get them going. They got a big game against Nebraska, which I'm very very excited to see. I think that could be the QB matchup of the year with your boy the Mahomes lookalike throwing,
Dylan
walking.
Riella.
throwing first downs, all that. He literally has every mannerism of everything that Patrick Mahomes has. I gotta see his girlfriend. I gotta see if he has a mid walking around with him. You know what I'm saying? We got to see that too. Respectfully, but
I
so we
ain't
gotta
seen
see what's up. Yo, respectfully. I know this is his wife, so respect. But so I'm excited about that. Clemson, Georgia, man. Look. Georgia, look, Carson Beck, he was 23 of 33, 278 yards, 2 TDs. He had a 91 QBR. He looked decent. He didn't do anything to me that screamed out like, man, he it's a wow factor. You know what I'm saying? It was more like, check downs, dink dunks. And, and if you look at kind of like the box score of everything, it was like a lot of receivers with like 2-3 catches for like 50, 60 yards, 40 yards, man. So he did spread the ball, gave everybody a chance to, make a contribution to the game. It seemed like Clemson was hanging in there for a little bit, but then all of a sudden, like the floodwaters just broke open, man, and Georgia pretty much dominated. Like a lot of people thought. I thought this game would be a little bit closer. I thought this offense would be a little bit more better, but Cade Klubnik was really unimpressive as far as like with the quarterback play. Dabo has a lot to figure out, man, honestly, because he needs to get up with the times. I get it. It's for head coaches, it's become a little bit more of a headache, i.e. you see like a coach like Nick Saban who seemed like, I thought some people thought he might coach a couple more years, but maybe with everything going on with the coaching with the college landscape, it might have forced him to retire a little bit quicker because he didn't want to deal with all the NIL stuff and all that. But look, Dabo, if you're going to be involved in this, you need to grow up with and you need to adapt within the times. I'll get to my Florida Gators right now. Look, man, it was really bad, bro. Right from the get, Cam Ward looked amazing. Miami looked amazing, dominant performance. It was really impressive. The Gators, I don't know where they go from here, man. I remember having a conversation in the offseason with a gentleman on Twitter about Graham Mertz telling me that he was a top 30 quarterback in college football. And I told him straight up, I was like, look, okay, he threw his 20 TDs, three interceptions this year, but I've seen Graham Mertz 2-3 years before this, and he was very inconsistent. And look what we got. You know what I'm saying? So he was 11-20, 91 yards and interception. Shout out to Montrell Johnson, our running back. He just came off of a little knee scope surgery, but he had 11 carries, 106 yards, 1 TD. I think that was one of our biggest problems. We were behind so much that we couldn't establish our run attack. With the 11 carries that he had over 106 yards, man. It just shows how dominant we can be on a running game. But, everybody's kind of clamoring for DJ to kind of be the starter. Graham Mertz, he has a concussion, so it looks like he might get his start. So I'm sure as Gator fans, we're excited to see that. But for Napier, man, it's the end of it. I don't really see, especially with our schedule, I think it's going to be really tough. But, shout out to Miami. They did it. Ohio State looked amazing. Will Howard looked really good. Smith, the wide receiver, the freshman, he gonna be the next one. He gonna be the next one in a couple years. That boy nice. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. I thought it was really impressive what Idaho did with Oregon. Look, Dylan Gabriel was 41-49 for 380 yards and 2 TDs. Ain't much more he can do. Like that's for throwing that much and you only missing 8 balls, that's pretty impressive. But maybe Idaho just has a better team than people expect. You know what I'm saying? Especially being on the road. So we get it. It's week 1. A lot of these teams don't have preseason, so I'm not going to put too much stock on Oregon only winning by 10. I know a lot of people will probably have an overreaction with that, but I think Oregon will be fine. Texas looked really amazing. 52-9 Quinn Ewers, he looked great. Archie Manning, what you think? I don't know if you saw any clips of Archie Manning. What were your kind of thoughts on some of the small clips you saw from Archie?
He look ready. He looks ready. Quinn Ewers, don't mess it up. Don't mess up.
Nah, yeah. Don't get injured either, because you will lose your job, my guy. So shout out to Texas, man. They looked amazing. Jalen Milroe, man, he only threw fucking 9 balls. He had 20 yards, 3 TDs. He had 10 carries for 79 yards and 2 TDs, man. He's probably the most. He's definitely easily the most explosive quarterback in the whole entire nation. So
he has an Anthony Richardson factor to him.
He does. You can tell. even though he only threw for nine attempts, like he was 7 to 9. That's that's really good, for the small package size that he did have. Obviously, the competition was not there. Western Kentucky's not going to give him much competition. We will see Alabama play better competition as they go, so we'll be okay. You already talked about Ole Miss dog walking. Goddamn Furman. God bless Furman. I don't know. All right, let me ask you real quick. If you're a Furman player, how do you feel after that ass whooping do you get? Like, are you just like demoralized? Or are you just like fuck it?
Because we playing Old Miss, bro.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It
Look,
is what it is.
don't get hurt, man. That's what I'm saying. Don't get hurt, man.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. We got about like 10 more weeks of this, brother. Like, let's just all make it out of here alive. You know what I'm saying? No, I feel you on that. Like, Dart looked amazing. He had 418 yards, 5 TDs. Harris had 8 receptions, 179 yards, 2 TDs. Ole Miss, I'm excited to see, Lane Kiffin. The main thing with them has never been the offensive side. It's always been that defensive side with Ole Miss. So we got to see, man. Obviously, they're going to have tougher competition. So I'm excited to see how that goes out. Shout out to Notre Dame, man. Big road win. I think they have an easy path right now. Minus, the USC game at the end of the year, they pretty much have a pretty easy path. I think the only other big game they have is Florida State, but we got to see how they bounce back after their first loss of the year with their first game. But Notre Dame, man, it seems like they might have an easy way into the playoff atmosphere for the 12-team playoff. Shout out to Penn State, man. It looks like they finally got really good quarterback play. The main thing with Penn State is they never really had an impressive quarterback. Their defense has always been top tier. But it looks like that boy can sling it, man. So shout out to him and what he has. You know what I'm saying? We got to go with Michigan. Michigan look decent with with their defense. Shout out to what's my man's name on the defensive side? He's supposed to be the best cornerback. What's his name?
I forgot his name.
Yeah, he made a key interception.
Will Johnson.
Will Johnson, yeah, he's supposed to be the best cornerback. I think he definitely is the best cornerback next to Travis Hunter. Them two guys, but we got to see where Travis Hunter goes in the draft. But he's gonna be amazing. And shout out to Arizona, man. Fafita 422 yards, 4 TDs, and McMillan, the guy you talking about, he had 304 yards off of 10 receptions, 4 TDs. Man, he's up there.
Dude was wide open.
Wide open the whole time, man. But we saw his tape, man. I don't know if anybody don't remember. Like, he had some tape out during the off season where he did some wild shit. He caught it with one hand and did it between his legs and shit type bullshit. Like, he nice, bro. Like I said, if you really look at it, there's a lot of great receivers coming out in this draft next year.
The 7-on-7 leagues, man.
Yeah, which honestly is kind of like making me see, man. Like, look, these receivers getting all this big money in the NFL. They could be in the same situation as what the running backs were, where it's just too many of them to continue to pay y'all $35 million a year. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. And then obviously USC, the big win against LSU out here in Vegas, man. Monster quarterback at USC looked really impressive. Obviously, he's kind of feeding off what he did in the bowl game where he had 7 TDs last year. And then obviously shout out to Lacey on LSU, the wide receiver. He has 7 receptions, 94 yards in the TD. He's another wide receiver that's going to be really nice, man. So, and then also, man, we got shout out UNLV, big road win against Houston, man. They look really impressive, really man. Good. Offensively,
27-7,
yeah, 27. Yeah, that defense looked amazing. That offense.
Hey, that McDuffie kid, I like him. He's nice.
They even dubbed our quarterback. I think they call him Sluka Doncic or something like that.
No, that's
something
what you call him.
Something like that. But UNLV, man, shout out to y'all, man. I definitely will check out a game this year, man. Y'all looked amazing, especially on the road against Houston, man. Usually those games we get kind of blown out, but you guys dominated from start to finish, man. So shout out to UNLV, man.
Yeah, they got a squad over there, it looks like. But my boys is coming. Mizzou, baby. MIZ.
Yeah. Their offense, they might have the best. But man, there's a lot of great offenses out there, bro. There's a lot. It's gonna be a lot of high scoring games. I think this college football for real.
What you excited about for next week, man? I know we can get more into it on Wednesday, but
yeah, we're getting more to it. But obviously, the 2 big games for me is obviously the Texas-Michigan game. Early in the morning, Texas goes to Michigan, and then obviously, I think this could literally be the best quarterback matchup of the year with Shedeur Sanders and your boy Riola from Nebraska. You know what I mean? So I think those 2 are going to be the most must-watch games of the week. I'm sure there's more that we will deep dive into it on Wednesday. But as far as off the top of my head, those are the two ones that I'm definitely gonna watch this weekend. What about you?
Yeah, about the same. About the same. Let me see. Yeah, Texas. Really nothing else that catches my eye.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to deep dive more.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
sure there's
keep.
probably some matchups.
Yeah, yeah. We'll look into it though.
Mhm.
But yeah, man. Good week of college football, man.
Yeah, yes, sir. Definitely amazing.
Is Josh Allen the most overrated quarterback? I'm gonna let you, lady. You got the list on this one?
Yeah. So pretty much they, I guess the players did like a voting thing, for most overrated players. I'll just give you the top three. So pretty much the top three were Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, and Tua. Josh Allen had 11 votes for most overrated, and then Hurts and Tua tied for 10. Our question is, do you think, how much does it say that the players themselves voted Josh Allen to be the most overrated quarterback? It looks like, and then do you believe they got it correct?
I'll say this: Josh Allen got more praise in that same season. Josh Allen got since that day. He's got more praise from losing in 13 seconds than Joe Burrow beating Mahomes in Arrowhead in the AFC Championship game and going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Josh Allen gets way more love. And I know I get it. Burrow's got the injuries and all that stuff, but still.
But let me interject on that. I think more people give him more of a credit because even with the Joe Burrow game, yeah, they did win it, but it wasn't like a high scoring game. You know what I mean? Joe Burrow
Mhm.
didn't have like an amazing game. Josh Allen literally kept him in that game, and
Yeah.
his arm was the main reason why they were
Mhm.
up with 13 seconds left. He wasn't the cause why they lost. He was the reason why they were up. So I
True.
think that's why a lot of people, me personally, that's why I think I would give him more of a credit for that. That's just
Do I think he's overrated? I don't think he's overrated. Look, I was in the wheelhouse of Josh Allen before he had a Stephon Diggs. I saw the gamer in him. The
yeah, for
kid was
sure.
like, I was like, hey, this kid is a gamer. Like he wasn't slinging the ball because he had no receivers to throw it to, but
Mhm.
he was running all over the place and getting first downs and touchdowns and stuff. I was like, this dude is a gamer. Like
Yeah,
they just need to get some weapons around this kid and he'd be all right.
yeah,
And they got Stephon Diggs and you saw what happened.
no doubt.
I think he's a talented young man. I don't think he's overrated. I think he's properly weighted, right where he's supposed to be.
Mhm.
Um, let's just keep it real. Like, and we can say this for a few quarterbacks. If Mahomes didn't exist, Josh Allen probably have a Super Bowl ring. Joe
100%.
Burrow
Yeah.
probably have a Super Bowl ring.
Lamar
Like
Jackson would have a Super Bowl ring,
Lamar
probably.
Jackson will have a Super Bowl ring. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Like, no, I don't think he's overrated now. We could talk about Mr. Tua over here.
Well, that's the question. I'll ask you, and I'll give my answer. Who do you think, if Josh Allen isn't the most overrated quarterback, who do you think is the most overrated quarterback?
Who do I think is the most that is a good ass question. Who is the most overrated quarterback?
So I already got my answer.
I don't even think it's Tua because I think Tua
Not
is
Tua.
proper. I think people look at Tua the way he's supposed to be looked at. So I
Not Tua.
can't say Tua.
Not Tua.
I can understand Jalen Hurts because he had that one amazing season.
Mhm.
So I can understand somebody saying he's overrated because he only had the one great season and then the rest of them have kind of been okay, kind of mid-ish kind of seasons. So I can understand that Jalen Hurts. But it's probably Dak Prescott.
Think it's that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't think it's that. You know
Who
who
is
my
it?
most overrated quarterback is?
Oh.
Joe Burrow. It's
What?
Joe Burrow. Especially the pedestal that a lot of these people put him on. Like, yeah, he had like two okay years. Like, obviously he had that moment where he got to the Super Bowl, but let's not understatement. Like, it's not like he played like great games in those
He did.
playoffs. Like, that
He did.
defense held him in a lot, and then he just made the key passes and key plays.
He did.
This goes back to me with him at LSU. Like, he was amazing, but we got to remember he left the college team to go to LSU for a reason. You know what I mean? Because he couldn't get the starting position. And he had the talents of Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. And don't get me wrong, I like Joe Burrow. I do like Joe Burrow. But I just think people keep overseeing, like, he's when you look at his NFL career, he always starts off slow. He's probably one of the more injury prone quarterbacks in this league. We don't know how that wrist injury. He has this one wrist injury that no one has ever had before, that people are still trying to figure out if he's able to be the Joe Burrow that we thought he can be on his throwing wrist. We're gonna see who he is without Jamar Chase if he cannot play. If he does not play, we will see him without T. Higgins eventually one day. He's not gonna have the talent that he has right now. So is he really that guy? I've seen Mahomes do it without receivers. I've seen Josh Allen do it without receivers. You know what I mean? I've seen Matthew Stafford do it without receivers. You know what I'm saying? I have not seen it from Joe Burrow. I have not seen consistency from Joe Burrow. I get it. He went to the Super Bowl. He win the Super Bowl. He did not win that Super Bowl. He did not look good in that Super Bowl. I get it. He's had a lot of cool moments. You know what I mean? I think people still try to relive a lot from the LSU days, and I get it. He had that one really good, solid year statistically. But since then, what has he really done besides throw a lot of picks and get injured? So as far as like the hype and everything that goes behind Joe Burrow, I think it's Joe Burrow. Now, with Dak Prescott, I think people properly put him where he's at. I think people... Like, look, even I do it to a degree where I think we lower than what he is as far as like his expectations. Like, he's been one of the better statistically quarterbacks in the league the last 2 to 3 years. Last year, he was up there with one of the best quarterbacks. He had a better year than Patrick Mahomes. He did. You know what I mean? I get it. He doesn't look amazing in the playoffs, but he's been healthy, minus his ankle injury that he had, but he's been healthy. He's been on the field more than fucking Joe Burrow has. So, you know, and then I think as far as like underrated, I think Kyle Murray. I've stated, I think Kyle Murray's an underrated quarterback. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people hate on him ever since the whole Call of Duty. He plays Call of Duty more than he reads the goddamn playbook shit. But I think he's better. I think he's better than what a lot of people expected. And I said it just goes with hype with me with Joe Burrow, because everybody's like Joe Burrow's the second best quarterback in the league. But I'm like, is he really though? Is he really though? That's all I'm saying.
I like Joe Cool, man.
I like Joe Cool too. But tell me, am I saying anything that's wrong, or am I lying?
No. That year that they went to the Super Bowl, he didn't play it. Like, let's just keep it real. The Raider game, he didn't play that really well.
Raiders should have won that game.
That touchdown shouldn't have counted to T. Higgins, or was it Tyler Boyd? Whoever caught the ball, that shouldn't even have counted because the referee blew the whistle. Yep. The Titans game, he was horrible in that game. And if it wasn't for your boy Tannehill being more horrible, Tennessee wins that game, goes to the
Chiefs game. Look at that Chiefs game.
Was
he amazing?
Especially in the first
Josh Allen. That's why Josh Allen deserves way more credit. He looked way better. He literally was tat for tat throwing offensive bombs with Patrick Mahomes. He just lost in 13 seconds, which is nuts. It's nuts. You know what I mean? So it's Joe Burrow. It's with the hype. It has to be.
I get you. No, I'm not mad at it. No, that year, and then we could even strip down them winning the division, because a lot of the times that they won the division was because Lamar Jackson got hurt.
Lamar Jackson has been consistently the best quarterback in that division, and it's not. It hasn't even been close. When Lamar Jackson is healthy, Baltimore Ravens are always a number 1, number 2 seed. Look it up. They win that division, and it ain't even close. So
it's not. So. I can't debate it, man. Damn, Joe. And I hate your team too.
I'm surprised you ain't like, yes, motherfucker, you said it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, come on, man. You hate that fucking team. I'm surprised you ain't say that shit. I'm shocked you didn't say it, honestly.
I hate that team. I think that team's over it. I don't think he's over.
I get it. But I'm just saying though.
No, I get it.
They were like, he's easily the second best quarterback in the league. I'm like, is he though? Is he? Lamar Jackson's there. Josh Allen's there.
You know why they say that? It's because
Jared Goff has had a better fucking career than fucking goddamn Joe Burrow. Matthew Stafford has had a better career than Joe Burrow.
They call him that because not because of him being in the Super Bowl, it's because he's 3-1 against Patrick Mahomes. That is why
Okay.
they say that. And if you really want to do a
We can
breakdown,
argue that he
I
wasn't the
can poke
reason they won
I
those
can poke some
games.
holes in that games.
I could poke a hole in a lot of those games. Like the main key. Okay, I get it, but see, that's the problem with media. Everybody keeps putting around Patrick Mahomes. And it's like I get it, Patrick Mahomes. Right now, he's the best quarterback in the league. I get it. But you got to look at the totality of his story. Like, you can't just look at the 3-1. You got to look at the injury problems. You got to look at the inconsistencies through the season. You know what I mean? What seed were they when they made the playoff run in the Super Bowl? Were they weren't a high seed. It's not like they were dominant. Like, yeah, they had a dominant couple weeks, but they weren't the dominant team. You know what I mean? Like, maybe like, what was it? Like weeks, what 6 to like 10? They looked like they were the best team in the fucking league. They were putting up 40, 50 points every fucking goddamn game. And then towards the end of the year, they could barely even put up 20.
That's because they were facing third and fourth string people in Baltimore. Because remember, that whole team was decent.
Yeah. Then when you finally play some real decent squads, they could barely even put up 20. So what like I get it. People are so fascinated with what he did with LSU, and that was an amazing run. What he did with LSU, that offense was clicking. But let's be honest, he ain't done nothing like that in the NFL. He has not. I've seen Josh Allen do it. I haven't seen Jalen. I've seen Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts 1 year that he had where they went 14-2, whatever it was. I get it was only 1 year. That year was probably the best year, the best year that he had was better than anything Joe Burrow did in his NFL career. That's a fact. Statistically, it's a fact. He looked better in the Super Bowl than Joe Burrow did in his Super Bowl. They both lost. Jalen Hurts should have been the fucking MVP if they would have won the goddamn game. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bengals fans, but it's the truth.
Still say Dak Prescott because a lot of his stats come because they be down in the game. But anyway,
he number 2, I guess, if you really want to dive into it.
Oh, I can also make an argument for Jalen Hurts. Damn, Jalen. You gotta have a good season this year, Jalen. A really good year. Because if he look bad this year, then he's a 1-year wonder, dog.
Who, Jalen?
Yeah.
It's kind of like you remember his Alabama career. He had that great year, and then Tua literally took his spot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want that for Jalen. I want him to succeed. But look, he needs to produce because, especially with the talent he has around him, he has no. Look, the offensive line is still really good. I get it. They lost Johnson Kelsey, but that's the only player they really lost on that offensive line. And I think they should be fine. Still got Lane Johnson and all those guys. You added Saquon Barkley and Jahan Dotson. You still got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. And that defense really ain't that bad. You know what I mean? I just think it was more so the coordinator and all that and whatever other issues that they had in that locker room. But there's no reason the Eagles should not be contending for a top seed. And they should make the playoffs easy. They should win their division easy. They should. But we'll see. You guys still got to play the games.
All right, man. Let's talk a little Keith Lee. Does Keith Lee have too much power?
Yeah.
You want to lay this one up?
So obviously everybody knows who Keith Lee is. He's the guy that became big doing all his TikTok food reviews. I think he lives in Las Vegas. You know, shout out to him. He's done a lot of great things for the food community as far as like, you know, up and coming businesses, you know, giving them some shine. And then their businesses who are close to closing down are obviously making big money, lines out the window, 2-3 hour waits. But you also have the other impact of Keith Lee, who, you know, he goes to some of these places and he may not have the best experience, you know, with that one time. And you know, it could really impede a business. You know, we've seen businesses who literally were popping to their ghost towns now. So obviously, you know, you have the whole issue. Obviously, I bring this up because of the whole thing he had with Washington, D.C., you know, and all that, where he didn't want to post up a few reviews. But at the same time, he did do it. Like, he didn't want to shine any negative light because he said it wasn't constructive. But at the same time, he did it at the same time. It's kind of weird. But so my question to you is, is, do you think Keith Lee has too much power for a person who isn't really a expertise in food critiques? Do you think he should have that power?
Uh, no, because he's not really a food critic. He just goes around trying different food at different restaurants, and he just got famous for it.
Right.
That's really what it came down to.
Yeah.
And people, I mean, this is the age we're in when you can become a celebrity for just going to different restaurants and eat. I mean, there's other people who have channels just exclusively telling you, I went to this restaurant and it was nice and they had this and
Yeah.
that there. You should try there. I give it a 4 star. Like they literally have. You see that on TikTok all day, and Facebook, Instagram, and all that. So he ain't the only one out here doing that. It's just
Mhm.
he's the most famous one to do it. So
Yeah.
in this time, so do I think he should have that most? No, I don't think he should have that type of power for somebody to get businesses ruined and, and stop, people from going to those restaurants. At the end of the day, man, you got to try the food for yourself, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, of course, you got your people that you trust. I could ask you, hey man, you go to that restaurant, you be like, yeah, man, I ain't like the service, the food's kind of mid, whatever. But you can still try it out. You know what I'm saying? I would still go check it out. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Now, if you was just like, man, it's bad, it's bugs and shit all over the place, and it smelled bad, then I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I ain't going to that
Right.
place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you just didn't like the food, maybe you didn't like the service, maybe you got a bad server. You never know.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe, it was just one of those days. Maybe you just don't like that type of food. Maybe
Absolutely.
somebody else might like it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I don't think he should have that type of power. But, people confide in him, and he got famous off of those reviews he did in Atlanta. So, people tend to listen to him. So, but
Yeah.
I don't think he should have that type of power. Not to be stopping businesses flourishing, and all that good stuff. So,
No, absolutely. I kind of say yes and no because look, he has done a lot of good with a lot of other, within the community as far as like bigging up some other restaurants.
yeah,
And I get it with most. He's not an expertise on food critique. He's not going to be there and be like, "Yo, there's too much pepper in this," or the
mhm,
flavors that brings it out and all that type. Like he ain't like that. Um, I think what he should have did is I think he should have got the moment he got big off doing the food reviews. I wish he would have went a different route instead of continually trying to do food reviews by going to like different cities and all that. Because look, we know in our black community when you start critiquing the foods that we regionally, that could be very disrespectful, dog. Like, no, Atlanta people aren't playing with their food. DC people ain't playing with it. New York City, Detroit, Michigan. Me and you, we have our little, friendly chats about, the barbecue situation and stuff like that. You take
watch your
that
mouth.
more. I think sometimes
Watch
you
your
take
mouth.
that more. Look, see, you
Watch
take
your
that more
mouth.
serious sometimes than our chief debates, dog. So you can only imagine.
Watch your mouth, man.
You know what I'm saying? So like I wish with Keith Lee, because I do think he with his power he can have some good in it. Obviously, we have seen him do it. I don't know him personally, but he seems like he's a generally nice guy.
No, he
He
seems
really
like he a
tries he
cool cat.
really tries to do good
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
community. He really tries to be respectful as far as like giving the critiques. He even says it in his reviews, like, look, these are my taste buds. These can't be yours. My experience is not your experience. Try it out for yourself. But with what we all know, people, the moment they become fandoms of a particular type of person, they say they personally don't like it. People are just lazy enough to where they're not going to go out on their own and try the food. They're just going to depend on somebody else's taste buds to give them the decision whether they want to try the food or not. It's no different from movie reviews, video game reviews, anything like that, podcast reviews, anything like that. I just wish he would have went away from that and then did more of a kind of thing where, like, he still goes to like these different restaurants and tries it, especially like these new up and coming ones. And then when the one he finds where like the customer service is great, the people have a great story to them, the food is amazing. Just worry about building those up instead of the negative shit, because sooner or later with Keith Lee, as we see it, Miss Ball and D even said you can't trust his reviews anymore. You know what I mean? Sooner or later, man, you will always turn into the villain in your success story. That will always happen, brother. And I get it. It's kind of hard to try to figure out, the wave of it, but it's the reality of society now, bro. The moment you become huge, they're gonna start trying to break you down. So I wish he was just trying to go in a different route with the few reviews and just focus more on the positivity than more of the negative. But look, man, people gotta stop being lazy and just try to food for themselves, man. For real, man. Like one person like Keith Lee shouldn't have that power where he can dictate whether you want to try this restaurant or not. So that's kind of my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I agree, man. I don't know, man. Have your own opinion, people. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying you can't be a fan of his
No,
reviews.
no, not at all. Not
Go
at all.
ahead, be a fan of his
Yeah.
reviews. But at the end of the day, have your own brain, man. Go out there and try the food for yourself. If you're in that area, you might have a different, experience in that restaurant. I've been to plenty of restaurants where the homies is like, "Nah, man, that restaurant trash." I
Yeah,
go
me
there,
too.
like, "Shit,
Yeah,
I
man.
had
Try not to
fun,
be
man. That was
refreshment.
cool. The
Yeah,
atmosphere
facts.
was dope. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? The food was good. Whatever.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe just went on a bad day, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it be like that. So,
Maybe I'll say that with Kansas City barbecue one day. You know what I'm
man, you
saying?
know
Whenever.
what? Watch your mouth.
Come on, man. Maybe I'll say it with Kansas City barbecue one day, man. One day. One day I'll try it.
Watch your mouth. But I can't see barbecue. Nah. All right, man. Let's talk about Mr. Tom Terrific.
Yes, yes.
Uh, you got the thing on this one?
I don't have the article, but pretty much, man, Tom Brady is kind of like he's on the fence with his either his media career or ownership with the Raiders. So pretty much with him applying to be a part owner of the Raiders, it's kind of affecting his ability to be a broadcaster because since of that, the NFL has notified him that he will not be able to sit in on meetings, talk to the coaches, talk to the players, due to his participation in being an owner in the Raiders. So Tom Brady's getting paid over $300 million to be a broadcaster for Fox. Obviously, I did like Greg Olsen when he was in the top spot, so obviously he got pushed back for the Tom Brady thing. But kind of the question is with this: if you're Tom Brady, what do you do? Do you just kind of like do you kind of try to do both and at that point you'll be kind of half-assing the job because you can't do everything that is expected of you to be able to perform your job to the best of your abilities, and you're still a part owner, or do you pick one or the other? Like if you're Tom Brady, what do you do?
I mean, it depends on what he wants to do in his life, and it seems like he wants to be behind the booth and talk football. So,
Yeah,
if you want to be behind the booth and talk football, man, you might have to relinquish your ownership stuff and then tell Mark Davis, "Hey, when I retire from this, when I'm done with this, I'll be back." You know what I'm saying? Or there'll be opportunities for Tom Brady to own other stuff. So,
hmm
I'm sure he could still own the Aces. You know what I'm saying? He could still be a part owner of the Las
yeah, he's
Vegas
still part
Aces.
owner of the Aces. Yeah, he's part owner of the Aces, but
UB
it's different
still.
from it's very different. NFL team is way different than owning the WNBA team, though.
It is. It is. There's more lucrative money
Yeah,
in the NFL on it. But I get it. But it's really where his heart is at. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And Tom Brady being the madman that he is when he comes to being competitive and doing putting your best foot forward. He's not going to want to half-ass this commentary job. He wants to
no,
be one of the better ones. So
absolutely.
he might have to let go of the ownership of the Raiders.
Brother, just do both. Just do both. Fuck it. You getting paid $300 million to be in the booth. You also have the potential to own the Raiders. He can do his own research, man. He don't need to talk to the coaches. He's the GOAT for the reason. I get it. You may not get the stories. You might not be able to talk to the players. But as far as him being able to identify what's going on in the field, does he really need to do that? I don't think so. I think he'll be able to
But he
read it
might
just
want to talk
fine.
to the players,
No,
man.
I
He
get it.
might.
I get it. I get it with the player aspects because you won't be able, at least to get that aspect as
Mhm.
far as you communicating to the audience of, kind of like what you could discuss, the kind of the feeling behind the game and all that type of stuff. I get that. I understand that. But I'm just talking about the basics of just talking about the game. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be able to recognize what's going on the field. I get it. He may not get the game plan or kind of like the insights of the coaches and kind of like their thought process of like how they want to go about it within the game. But I think as the game goes, maybe he'll start out slow in the game, kind of like, just get acclimated to what's going on in the field. And then that's when he'll start making his presence. You know what I'm saying? But look, if they're gonna pay you $300 million and you can still do both, I say do both, man. And then, you know,
How we
rock
gonna
that
get
as long as you can.
how we gonna get the Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes interview, man?
Do you really need to see that though? Do you really need to see that? Is that going to stop you from watching the goddamn game? It's not, sir. You'll be fine, brother. You can get that. You can get that when homie retires, bro. You'll be fine, bro. Come on, man. Shout out to Tom Brady, man. Get that bread, do both, bro. Because I would. I'll try my hardest to do that. Do both.
Follow your heart, Tom.
Which is both. Do both, brother. Cris would do both.
You
He's
don't
not
need the
passing up
money.
$300 million because he
Yeah,
can't
I'm
go to
not
some
Tom
fucking
Brady.
goddamn meeting that he don't even want to go to. You ain't trying to send them dry ass meetings, dog. Get the fuck out of here, dog. I can get paid $300 million and do half the job. Come on, man. Who's saying no to that?
They're gonna hate him.
And he gonna get a lot of leeway. Tom Brady gonna get a lot of leeway, bro. Like, come on, man. It's Tom Brady.
All right, man. Let's do our better surefire picks, man.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
BetUS. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. You know, we get in the heart of betting season, man.
BetUS, man. Go to our YouTube and our X page, man. You'll see the link. Click on it. Sign up for first-time users only. You get 3 risk-free bets, minimum $100, up to $5,000. Go ahead and put your bets in, and yeah, man, make you some money. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. You want to go? You want me to go? What you want to do?
Oh, I'll go. So tonight, obviously, we got the Boston College Florida State game. Shout out to anybody who can watch it. You know, I will talk about that situation later. But I'm gonna take Boston College plus 16.5 against Florida State. Look, if DJ Ugule is your quarterback, that's going to be a close game. I'm sorry. I've seen it for the last couple years. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Florida State will win this game, but I think Boston College will be able to cover. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks money line versus the Dodgers, and then I'm going to take the over 8.5 Yankees Rangers tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you on the Boston College plus was it 16.5, and I'm taking the over.
In that game too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm taking the over. And I'm taking, even though we're coming off of, man, my Royals, man, we ain't been playing well. Ever since my guy Vinny Paz got hurt for the season, he ain't been playing well, man. We got beat up by Houston. But we play Cleveland tonight. We play pretty good against Cleveland. So I'm taking my Royals tonight, man.
For sure.
So
hey man, good luck to the Royals, man.
Yeah, man, it's not looking good right now. But hey, man, those are our surefire bets. I got a question. Who played? We got some holdouts,
man. Yeah, we do.
A couple of hold-ins.
Yep.
Now, Brandon Ayuk, he ended up signing his contract, so
he did.
We know he's going to play.
Mm-hmm.
But we still got Mr. Jamar Chase, Trent Williams.
Mm-hmm.
They're holding in.
Yeah.
Well, one is holding out, one is holding in. Mm-hmm. So I ask you, which one will be strapped up and ready to go on Sunday and one on Monday?
I would say out of both of these, I would say the one who is the most likeliest, I would say is Jamar Chase. I think Trent Williams, who is known for holding out in season games, and the way it's looking in this report, it don't seem like bro is playing on Monday. So, and then also Hassan Reddick, it don't look like he playing either in that game either. So, I'm gonna say Jamar Chase. If anybody's gonna play Week 1, I say Jamar Chase is gonna be the one because two situations. I think one because I think it's a year earlier than most that when they talk about re-upping on the contract. I get it. The way he's getting paid right now, I think he's only getting paid, like $1 million or something this year. It's pretty insane for Jamar Chase. He deserves his bread. And then two, the ownership of the Browns, man. They don't really do contracts in the middle of the season. So hopefully they get something done for him or at least give him more money this year, give him an extra, $8-10 million. I don't know, something. Do something for him at least this year, and then figure out the contract in the offseason.
They say he's holding out for one penny.
Yeah, he wants one more penny. Then Justin, give him the fucking penny. I'm like, what the fuck you holding on for? It's a fucking penny.
Mike
It's gonna
Brown,
get
baby.
taxed anyway.
It's Mike Brown. He's
It's
cheap,
gonna get
man.
taxed anyway. That penny's gonna be like literally like 2 cents of a penny.
He's cheap.
Yeah, he is cheap. That's what I'm saying. So I said if I had to pick one, it's gonna be Jamar Chase because at this point, I don't think Truth Williams is showing up anytime before week 3, and Hassan Reddick, it looked like he might not even play the rest of this year. So I haven't heard anything about that situation. So I'm gonna pick Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I agree. I picked Jamar Chase too. I think he'll be out there. Although, do they really need him for New England? But
that's what I was going to ask you. Who do you think is more important for them to come back out of all three? Who do you think is the most important?
Trent Williams by far, a long mile. Like, what are we talking about here?
So if he doesn't play Monday night, who? I know it's a little early, but who would you favor in that game?
Slamming my money on the Jets, baby. Let's go, Aaron Rodgers,
all money
baby.
on the Jets, huh? All money on the Jets, huh?
Brock Purdy, anytime interception to Sauce Gardner.
Oh, you gonna be on that one this year? Brock Purdy, anytime interceptions all year? That's crazy. That's dirty, bro. Why don't you want him to succeed, dog? That's insane, bro. That's crazy.
I do want him to succeed. I just gotta see it again, man.
He did it for 2 years.
One of them years, it was like half the season.
Oh, you discount that? Oh, that's crazy.
Last year, he had a full season. Let's see you do it again, sir. Let's do it again. You that good? Do it again. Same thing for Jordan Love. Do it again, sir.
I definitely need to see more from Jordan Love before Brock Purdy. But even though I get it, Brock Purdy did not look good in the preseason, but it's preseason though.
That's what up.
At least he gets his number one weapon back. So he get Brandon Ayuk back. Christian McCaffrey looks like he's healthy going into the season. I know he had the calf injury, but it seems like he's
able to put a chip on that left side. That's all I got to say. Get the ball out quick.
Stan, man, we do not want to talk about Daniel Jones, bro. He's not doing anything this year, brother. Like he'll be on the bench by week 3.
You gotta get your Drew Lock jersey ready.
Yeah, facts. Get Drew Lock. Get that ready, bro. You need to get you a Devin Singletary jersey, Malik Neighbors. That's about it, bro. But I think that defensive line is gonna be nice though.
That defensive line is gonna be Brian Burns
and Dexter
Lawrence.
Not Dexter Lawrence, isn't it? Is Dexter
Lawrence?
Yeah,
it's Dexter Lawrence. Yeah, he's in the middle, and then you got Tibbs and Brian Burns on the outside.
Yeah, Tibbs, I'm like,
You don't like Tibbs?
He cool. Like Tibbs. He cool. Y'all will apologize about week 5.
No, we're not.
Stop, bro. Come on, man. Why you doing this to yourself, bro? Come on, man.
I love the loyalty, though. I
appreciate it. Yeah, the fandom is amazing, bro.
I get it. I love the loyalty.
But, you're a 10 out of 10 Giants fan, bro. Dead ass, bro. Like, you're amazing. You're amazing.
You should apply for fan of the year.
Yeah, but you're delusional, though. You're tripping. Week 5, man. Y'all might be 0-5, bro. But shout out to your fandom, bro. Shout out to you, bro. You're amazing.
But yeah, I got Jamar Chase with the play on Sunday against New England Patriots. How much he plays, that'll be a question. They might save him for next week when they play the Chiefs. So, all right, man. Steph Curry got a new 1-year extension.
Yeah, New Year, $62 million.
How do you feel about this, man?
Look, man.
You're the basketball correspondent over here.
Look. Yo, Steph Curry only signing a 1 year when he could have waited and got a 2-year extension. Look, I'm gonna keep my eyes open on that, man. I don't know. Like, I know Brian Windhorst is like, yo, this means he's really gonna stay with the Warriors and all that. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be devil's advocate on this. I think this could lean towards he might consider leaving the Warriors. I think he's gonna give him a shot like these next 2 years to figure out if they're gonna be in the right direction. But if they can't get their shit together. We already know the ownership right now ain't trying to spend the money right now because they don't believe they're a championship team. Look, Steph is getting older, especially off that Olympic performance where he looked amazing. He like those last 2 games is the main reason why they won the Olympic gold. Look, man, Steph Curry, man, he's gonna wait. I think he's gonna weigh his options. I say he's gonna leave. Keep an eye on this situation. I think, me personally, Brian Windhorst says nah, but I think it's a little weird he didn't wait. It's a little weird to me that he did not wait to get the 2-year extension. Instead, he just signs the 1 year. That's a little eye looking to me. So just be unaware for that.
Yeah, man. I mean, we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see if he retires a Golden State Warrior or if you get your wish and he comes to the Lakers.
We'll see. We'll see.
So would you think that he would get traded?
No, I think he'll just finish his year and then just become a free agent and then decide what he wants to do. That's what I think. He'll weigh his options. Like he'll weigh whether he wants to go play somewhere else. You know, maybe he might want to go play back in home in Charlotte. I don't see that. I don't see Charlotte being any good anytime soon. Maybe the Lakers situation with Anthony Davis, LeBron James, maybe he does some where he tries to convince LeBron to play another year if he's still playing at a top level. I think it'll be kind of hard to see LeBron playing after another year or two. But you never know to play with Steph, obviously, them build. We all seen it before with these Olympic teams where it's always a certain pair that build up a relationship that will end up pairing up a couple years down the line. Is this the parent? You know what I mean? Could he have built a relationship with AD and LeBron where he wants to play with the Lakers? You know what I'm saying? Or is he just going to stay with the Warriors? I got to wait and see, man. I don't see the Draymond situation ending well for me, especially how he's ended so many great teams of the Warriors. He's killed 2 championships when I think they could have had 2 more championships that it's literally his fault. He's ran away some superstar talent because of his attitude. Jordan Poole and Kevin Durant, you know what I mean? So, we got to see, man. You know what I mean? So, I just said, it's just something to keep your eye on. I just think it's a little weird that he didn't wait and get the 2-year extension if he was going to stay there the rest of his career. So,
Interesting. Something we'll have to look at, sir. All right, man. Who are your top 5 NFL games for week 1?
yeah, man. So, I got my top 5. I'm going to go 5-1. Finally here, baby. NFL week, man. We've been waiting for this for a while, so I'm excited about this. My list may be a little bit surprising, but I got my reasons. So number 5, selfishly, number 5 is going to be the Raiders and Chargers for me. I think it's going to be a big game. I'm interested for my own personal reasons. I know a lot of people out there aren't going to put this on their top 5 list because why would they? But Giants Chargers for me, I think it's going to be a big game for us because it's going to be considered a home game. Look, that first week against the Chargers in LA, I think they do that. They've been doing this a lot the last couple of years where they have the Raiders going to LA. And I think it's more so to fill that fucking stadium. Look, I'm not going to get on stand right now. It's more so to fill that stadium because they know that's going to be a Raiders home game right there. So I think this is a big, big chance for us to start off the year strong. Especially with the big game next week against the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. I think we do need to win this game if we're going to have any kind of great start to the month. You know what I mean? So we really need that for the Raiders for us to have a chance to make the playoffs. Number 4, I got the Jets 49ers as one of my top games. Obviously, everything involved. Aaron Rodgers coming back. The situations with Hassan Reddick. You know what I mean? You got, Brock Purdy, Brandon Ayuk coming back, Christian McCaffrey, obviously Trent Williams looks like he's not going to be playing. So it's a lot of outside noise going into this game, but overall with the defenses and the offenses that both of these squads have, it should be a really entertaining game to end week 1. So obviously we got to put that up there. Number 3, I have the Bears Titans just based on seeing what this Bears team and what Caleb Williams is going to look like in a regular season game. You know what I mean? Are we going to see with all this talent that the Bears have, can they be able to produce? Like we saw glimpses with Caleb Williams in the preseason with some of the magic work he was able to do. So I'm excited to watch him play. I would probably also add Jaden Daniels to this list, but obviously I'm gonna put 5 games, but I'm gonna put him at 3. Number 2, I have the Texans Colts game. I think that game is gonna be must watch this week with CJ Stroud against Anthony Richardson. Look, man, both these squads are I think Indianapolis Colts can be a slept-on team. I think their defense is always spot on. That offense with Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, you add Anthony Richardson in another year. I get it. He didn't play a lot of games, especially with his shoulder injury. But, hey, look, within the league, man, a lot of people are fearing this, man. So I'm excited to see it. And then obviously the CJ Stroud, you add Stephon Diggs to this offense should be really good to see this team grow. So I'm excited to see that game. And then number 1, I got the Rams at Lions, man. I think this is going to be the most exciting game of the week. Rematch of that game, divisional round game, which went down to the wire. I think this is going to be a very explosive game. Detroit rocking out, excited for their team. Rams, I'm excited to see the Rams too with that offense. So Cooper Kupp back, Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, all those guys. So I think that'll be the game of the week.
Interesting. My fifth game, I got the New York Jets versus San Francisco 49ers. There's a lot of story there. Jets, Aaron Rodgers, his return. Will he be healthy enough? Is his offensive line going to look better? Um, will his defense still be elite? What's up with Hassan Reddick? San Francisco without Trent Williams. They signed Brandon Ayuk, but how would that offensive line look? And will Brock
Mhm.
Purdy have time to throw the football? So interesting Monday night game. I got the Rams versus Detroit. Rams, they look like they're coming in with a healthy Cooper Cup, a healthy Puka Nakua. Sam Stafford was a little dinged up, but he looked like he's healthy. So, uh, return to like the divisional round playoffs of last year. So,
Mhm.
should be an interesting game. These guys could be fighting for an NFC Championship game. We never know.
Yeah.
So, and life without your boy Aaron Donald. And then you got Houston, everybody's darling team, Texans. They loaded up. See how they look. C.J. Stroud in the second year. Then you got the Colts with Anthony Richardson. How he gonna look off that injury?
Mhm.
He's got weapons around him. You got Pittman back, re-signed, ready to go. You got Josh Downs. I don't know if he's gonna be back because I know he was hurt. Um, you got A.D. Mitchell, Jonathan Taylor in the backfield.
Mhm.
So we'll see how this Colts team looks. You know what I'm saying? They could surprise. They could be the surprise dark horse team this year.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Then I got Green Bay versus the Eagles on Friday in Brazil. A lot of stuff going down in Brazil right now. So we'll see how it looks out there, man. How that fan base out there in Brazil takes to the NFL game. But furthermore, these teams, Green Bay, Jordan Love, how does he look? He just
Mhm.
got his money.
Mhm.
There's a lot of expectations on you this year, kid.
Mhm.
Are you gonna be, one of those mid-level NFC teams, or are you gonna look like a Super Bowl contending team? Same thing with the Eagles. They had a down year, even though they made the playoffs. They had a down year. Did not look the same. A lot of turmoil. Nick Sirianni, are you a really good head coach, or are you a imposter?
Mhm.
A lot of things. Jalen Hurts, gotta have a good. We talked about it. He's got to bounce back, man. You got Saquon back there. Everybody's got paid. AJ Brown, Devin's Singletary. Devin's Devontae Smith.
Mhm.
What are y'all gonna do, man? Y'all gonna bounce back? And then come on, man. Thursday night, season opener. Banner raising, baby. Back to back champions. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens. What are you doing, sir? You know your ass gonna be sitting there glued watching the game too.
Look, man.
You got the audacity not to put it on your list.
Listen
Like,
here,
like the
man.
game is just a bologna sandwich in the back of the refrigerator.
Nah, listen here, listen here, listen here. All right, so look, I give you my two reasons why I didn't have. All right, like so for the first game, the reason why I didn't have the Eagles and Packers game on my list is because I don't trust the international games. I do not trust those games,
Okay.
and to me, those games really don't amount to what those teams are really going to be because of the number one, the travel. Number two, it's a weird destination. You already have a lot of noise going into Brazil with everything going on. A lot of those players. Uh, it's just going to be an uncomfortable situation. Now, on the end of this, I would say this: with the players not being able to do anything, being around Brazil, they're not going to go out. They're not going out in Brazil. They're going to be stuck in their hotel rooms. Look, they're going to be looking at a lot of tape. So this game might be really, really good at the same time. I just don't trust international games at the end of the day. I've seen what happens in those England games. Those England games never look good. Look at the Dolphins and Chiefs. They had two of the best records going into last year, and that game wasn't even close. That game was boring as shit. So I got to see it to believe it. And then obviously with the Ravens and Chiefs, like look, I did add the Raiders and Chargers. That was a personal choice for me because I am excited to see my team and how they look produce. Now, look, if I take out that, of course, I would add the Chiefs and Ravens onto this list. That was the only reason why I didn't have it on it, and I said it right at the bat. This is a selfish decision for me. Is this Raiders pick? Okay, so don't get your draws in the bunch, bro. It's not a hateful. It's not anything against your Chiefs, even though I do despise y'all, and even I do said I think the Ravens gonna beat that ass. That's me. It has nothing to do with y'all. It's just more of a selfish decision because I'm excited to see my Raiders. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You can accept that though. You can accept that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like Stan over here saying Giants and Vikings. No one give a
He
fuck
know,
about that
but
game.
he said
But
that
he
as a
excited
joke.
for it. He
He
excited
said that
for it.
as a joke because he know damn well he
He's
ain't excited
excited
for
for the game as a fan. I'm sure he's excited to watch the Giants and Vikings. You know, neighbors
talking
and
about
Jefferson.
Malik Neighbors versus Justin Jefferson. Neither one of them are corners. They ain't facing each other.
Yo. But he's excited though. I'm not gonna
I
eliminate
ain't
his
trying to kill
excitement.
his joy. I ain't
He's
trying
excited.
to.
He excited.
Of course.
I'm not gonna watch that game unless if I bet it, in which I'm leaning towards the Vikings if I do bet that game.
I'm not touching
What's the
that
spread
game.
on that game? What's the spread on
I'm
this?
not touching that game with a 10-foot pole. Hell no. We won't go.
I'm sure on Wednesday Wednesday is pretty much just gonna be all NFL shit. So just let y'all be prepared. It's probably gonna be all NFL. I'm sure we'll pick our divisions, we'll pick our Super Bowl winners, playoff teams, all that,
Yeah, we're gonna do all
MVPs,
that.
all that. I'm sure I was thinking about we can do our, like we have our top 5 NFL games for week 1. We'll do our top 5 NFL week 1 bets when we do our BetUS one. We'll do some shit like that. It's gonna be all NFL. So Wednesday should be a fun show.
I'm trying to find this spread real quick.
Oh, the Giants Vikings spread.
Oh, okay, here we go. Damn. They got the Vikings -1, which pretty much is a pick 'em. Is what
Yeah,
it is.
it sounds about right. It sounds about right. Like both of them teams, like I just think, damn. Yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be a tough game because I think the last time Daniel Jones played in Minnesota, he looked really good. So
Yeah,
a while ago. So
we'll see.
yeah, we'll see. Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah. All right, man. Overreaction Monday.
Yeah, man. So I got some topics, man. You tell me if I'm tripping or not for my overreaction on Monday. So I got about a cool 9 of them. Started off. Number 1, Clemson should find a new head coach.
Shit. I'm gonna say overreaction for right now. For right now, this one game. Let's see how they look for the rest of the season. now
Even though my man does not have a really good record versus the top 25 team, he's lost. I think his last 3 to 4. Was it the last 2 or 3 first games, week 1 games?
Let's see how he looks against the rest of the teams. Let's see. Now, if he gets smoked, then I'm on board, but not right now.
Okay. All right. Number 2. UNLV will beat number 22 Kansas week 3 in Kansas.
Hell yeah, Kansas. We smoked them.
About the look, Kansas. Look, I know they dominated, but offensively, like
real talk, I'm gonna be real. That Daniels kid is nice.
He is nice. He's nice.
I don't know, man.
UNLV's gonna go in there and beat them. They're gonna beat them.
I think it's gonna be a tight game. It's gonna be closer than what people give credit for. UNLV about to get put on the map. Even if they lose, they're gonna get put on the map.
Yeah. All right. Third one. None of the conference championship teams from 2023 will make the Super Bowl. Chiefs, Ravens, Lions, 49ers.
You said none of them?
None of them will make the Super Bowl.
I think it's overreaction.
Of course, I know. Because your Chiefs.
Not even your Chiefs. I mean, the Ravens can make it. You never know.
Okay. I look. I think it's a high probability that none of those teams make the Super Bowl. I think with the AFC being as deep as it is, especially with the quarterback play, you do have the likes of, still got the Browns out there. We got to see how Deshaun Watson looks. You still got the Jets. You still got, obviously, we got to see how a lot of the Texans do. Hell, you never know. You never know with the coach. You never know with the coach and all those other teams. So, and then obviously, Niners, they have a lot of issues going on, especially with their offseason. They might not even have Trent Williams this year. So the Chiefs, I think they still have some answers. I think they got to figure out that back end. Obviously, there's a lot of noise with Pacheco, them adding all these running backs. I know I've seen some Chiefs fans get a little bit worried about Pacheco and all that. And then obviously the rumblings of Josh Jacobs, him pushing. I don't know if that's true or not, but hey, Josh Jacobs says it's true. Whatever. And then obviously the Lions, man, we got to see if they can do it back-to-back years, man, as far as like the level of expectation that they have and the talent that they have. Now, look, man, no one's going to oversee it. Can Jared Goff do it again? You know what I'm saying? He has the talent around him, so we got to see it. But it's just something to ask. Just a thought. Going back to the NBA, Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry should leave the Warriors once his contract is up.
I don't think that's an overreaction. I think that time has came and gone. If you want to play again, go win championships, man. What you doing playing around with yourself?
I agree. Go win a championship. You done enough for the Warriors organization.
Go to the Clippers, man. Not playing.
Oh my God. Please don't do that, sir. Please don't do that. All right, number 5. Shedeur Sanders will be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft.
I don't think it's an overreaction. There's a possibility. There's a possibility.
Who do you think can compete with him for the number 1 pick next year?
His counterpart, Travis Hunter.
You would think Travis Hunter will get picked before a quarterback next year? With all the quarterback teams that are teams that need quarterbacks?
No. They can play him offensive snaps. He could be a dominating wide receiver, 1 or 2, depending on what team he goes to. And then he could play in the nickel. You ain't got to play full-time quarter. Hey, man, go out there and play in the nickel, dog. Just lock it down.
It's a possibility, but you're still going to pick the quarterback. Teams are still going to trade up to pick the quarterback.
I mean, of course, Carson Beck, if he's on Georgia, and they're going to be in national championship contention. So if he has a solid season with Georgia, he can definitely compete for that.
I think Cam Ward could probably compete for him too, but I think Shedeur Sanders has shown.
The thing about Cam Ward is that, yeah, he can, but he's fighting. He's gonna have to have a great season, like damn near Joe Burrow type season, because the injury history. He's just like Michael. I know Michael Penix got drafted, but it's on par with Michael Penix Jr. And he's older than what Michael Penix Jr. is coming out of college. He's 26, so he's an old man. So I don't know if you want to put your I mean, he's good. Don't get it twisted, but I don't know if you want to put your future in an older quarterback who's kind of injury prone. So
I feel you. Next one, number 6. The Miami Hurricanes will be a top 4 playoff seed.
So overreaction. Slow it down a little bit. Let's slow it down.
Why?
Let's slow it down. Okay. They look good against Florida. They did. But we all know that Florida, and you could even say that they're not the Florida that we all come and love and know. They're not. So slow it down a little bit. Let's see how you look against other teams.
But hold on. But if you look, their toughest remaining opponent is Florida State on their schedule.
They're gonna. Okay, maybe not. Okay, you're right.
Hold on. Let me bring up their schedule real quick.
Look up the schedule
real quick. Let me see it real quick. Let's see. All right, look. So obviously they just beat Florida. They got Florida A&M next, then Ball State, South Florida, Virginia Tech, California, Louisville, and they play Florida State October 26th. You got Duke, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, and then Syracuse. Okay. And then the ACC championship game.
Okay, maybe it's not an overreaction. No, they might be top 5, top 4.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you for agreeing. Next one. 3 teams from the NFC North will make the playoffs.
You said NFC North?
NFC North. So that's the Lions, Packers, Bears.
Probably. That's not an overreaction. That can't happen. Especially with the NFC being so weak. That can't happen.
Okay. Number 8. I like this one a lot. Deion Sanders will be the next Florida Gators head coach.
That's not an overreaction. He could be the Florida. He can be Florida State. He can be Clemson.
Florida, baby. He's going to be the next Florida Gators head coach.
Whatever one comes knocking and gives them the best opportunity to win.
I think it's the Gators, man. Got to be the Gators.
And look for whatever quarterback. You know, if he goes to Florida, of course, you got the DJ kid that he could possibly for a
Yeah,
team. But
DK that way. Yeah.
if he goes to like Florida State or something like that, don't be surprised. One of these, quarterbacks, Dylan Riella, comes out and says, "I want to go play with Dion."
Come to Florida, baby. Look, listen here. Look, I get it. Look, Dion needs to be just at a Florida school. Like obviously, it doesn't look like Miami's going to be available anytime soon. Florida State and Florida are the two ones where I think the Florida job is going to be more likely open than the Florida State job. Now, obviously, we got to see how Florida State plays the rest of the
They
year.
lose to Boston College.
But Mike Norvell still was. He only lost one game, 2 games last year, and that was due to Jordan Travis' injury.
Yeah.
So I think he'll get a little leeway. Like I get it, he got DJ, but I've never been a big DJ fan as far as like the quarterback situation. I don't know who they have on their bench that may be able to compete with him, but I think Norvell will still be on that Florida State squad next year. Obviously with Deion's son being available for the draft, I think there's a potential he could, if he can get a job opportunity in Florida Gators, they're going to be desperate. Florida has not been relevant in a while. So they're going to be desperate. So I don't be surprised if Florida tries to go after him. I think it's either going to be him or Lane Kiffin, but I really want Deion.
Yeah. Don't overlook the guy over in USC either.
Why would he leave USC?
I
I don't know if he want to play it. I don't know if he want to coach in the SEC though. I don't know if he want to coach.
I want the challenge, maybe.
Maybe we'll see. He gonna get a challenge. He gonna get a challenge at the Big Ten for sure. He already in Big Ten. He good.
I wouldn't be surprised he ends up in the NFL though.
I think eventually he'll end up in the NFL. I think
Cliff Kingsbury can go to the NFL.
He can go to the. Yeah, he can. And then
be the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs.
Anyways, and then last one. Again, this is a selfish one for me. Again, this is a selfish one. The Raiders will be 3-1 after their first 4 games.
That's overreaction, man.
What you mean?
What you mean? Calm down.
Chargers. I don't think it's gonna be the hardest game. Will be the Baltimore Ravens on the road, and then we got 2 home games. We got the Carolina Panthers, and then we get the Cleveland Browns.
Man, Bryce Young about to put 400 on y'all.
Who?
Bryce Young, he don't put 400.
Oh, word? You want to put some money on that?
I know. I am not betting on the Carolina Panthers. Hell no. No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's overreaction. I mean, the only game you probably possibly lose maybe is at very minimum you'd be 2-2.
2-2. We'll see. But that's my overreaction. That's overreaction Monday, man, for this week. Giants will have a better record than the Raiders by week. I almost said the N word. Come on, bro.
Y'all want to put some money on that? I'm just saying.
Giants will have a better record, huh?
$20 say differently.
I'll put a little 20 spot on that. Stan, I'll put a little 20 on that.
Different. Put your money where your mouth at, Stanton.
You want to put a little 20 on that? I'm down.
Mr. Giant fan.
Don't take long to type it out, brother.
Yes or no?
Let's do it. All right, bet. 20 bones, baby. 20 bones. We with it. We shall see. Week 5. I'm gonna write it down.
You heard it here, people. We making bets and deals on the pot. All right, man. Let's go ahead and Canelo and Terrence Crawford might happen.
Yeah.
Supposedly, Canelo was asked a question about Terrence Crawford. And he said, he's interested in the fight now.
I was just the one Miss Ballin said. My bad. Go ahead.
What did he say? What did she say?
CC winning MVP over it. Yo, hold on. I'm so sorry about this boxing topic. Miss Ballin D, if that happens, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm going nuclear on the WNBA. I'm going nuclear on the WNBA. There's no way. Asia Wilson is the best player in that league. And I know you know. I get it. We get it. The CC hype, that hype train is going full motion. And then shout out to the Fever. They've been balling.
They
They've been
have.
balling the last couple weeks, man. You know, and shout out to what's Shorty's name? She low key been playing ball better than fucking CC. What's her name? Uh, what's her name? The point was I don't know. She's a two guard chick with the braids. What's her name?
I forgot.
She been cooking. I apologize. I forgot her name. She been cooking. She dropped like 36 points the other day.
Mhm.
So shout out to the Fever. You know, Caitlin Clark been busting ass. I'm not look. You know me. I'm hard on Caitlin Clark, especially with all the hype behind her. But she been balling. But if they do that, I'm flipping chairs, tables, all that. So Kelsey Mitchell, yeah, shorty is nice. She's nice, man. Shout out to her. I think she's one of the main reasons why the Fever have turned their season around, and they've been looking the way they did. You know, beating the Connecticut Sun and all that. So shout out to her. Shorty is nice.
Yeah,
But
she.
my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you though.
No, you good. You good, man. Canelo said that he's interested in the fight now. They can make it happen.
Hmm.
So, what are your thoughts, man?
Look, man, it's a lot of talk, man. Look, he keeps saying he want to do it, he don't want to do it. He wants 120 some mil for the fight and all that. You already had the Prince saying he wanted the fight, that he didn't want to do the fight because of just the complications of what Canelo was asking for. Look, Canelo, if you want to make the fight happen. We all know this is the biggest money payday fight that you have left on your table, minus the David Benavidez fight. It's just these two if you want to make big money. So. Take the fight, man. This fight should easily be the next Cinco de Mayo fight next year. Should easily be that.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like that's the biggest fight in boxing right now. Canelo versus Terrence Crawford.
It is.
Nobody else is. I mean, for the casuals, they're gonna want to watch that. You know,
Absolutely.
and that's
Absolutely.
gonna do their numbers. So yeah, I agree, man. This is make the fight happen next year. Let's get it popping. Um, I don't know. I don't want to see Terrence Crawford be inactive, so I'll let him fight somebody else, whether it be a Fedora or somebody else. Tim
Nah,
Zoo, I don't
I
care.
don't. Like before the end of the year.
Yeah, because I want him to be active. I don't want him to be another
I
year.
want I want him to be active too. I just don't know if that's gonna happen though because um I don't know if he. I don't know. Like obviously, people are. Look, I thought Terrence Crawford did really good for his first fight, jumping up that weight class.
Mhm.
Um, and I get it. He did look a little bruised up and all that, but I don't know, man. If Terrence Crawford can get the green light on the Canelo fight, and he has to wait till Cinco de Mayo, I think he'll just wait till Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah,
He's not going to jeopardize that.
we'll see. We shall see. All right, man. Let's do flowers of the week.
Oh yeah, flowers of the week. I only got one. I'm gonna give it to it. It's a sad story, but I'm gonna give my flowers to Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. Johnny was a hockey player. He was a really good hockey player. Unfortunately, him and his brother got hit in a DUI accident. And unfortunately, was killed last week, right before their sister's wedding. I think that was supposed to happen on Friday.
Mhm.
Sad story, man. You know, prayers out to his family. Prayers out to his wife. I know he has some kids. Prayer out to his brother. I don't know if he's married or anything like that or have any kids, but if he does, prayers out to him. Sad story, man. Sad story, man. People, this DUI stuff, people drinking and driving. You have too many apps where you can get picked up, Uber, Lyft.
Right.
No sense for it, man. So I'm not gonna get too much into the driver who caused this. Treacherous situation and pretty much changed the family's life forever. So shout out
Yeah.
to those two gentlemen, man. So sad for their family and all that. So sad they have to go through this and all his teammates as well, the organization that he played for as well, man. So my flowers go out to them, man. Hopefully they rest in peace, man. Hopefully their families can heal in due time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna add on to that flowers and give my flowers to Fat Man Scoop, DJ
Yes, yes, yes.
extraordinaire. He's a hip hop icon. Unfortunately, he passed this past weekend. Unfortunately, he passed out during a
Mhm.
performance, I think. And yeah, man, it's a sad situation. I think he was only like 50 years old. So he's still a young man. So it's unfortunate to see him pass away this weekend.
Mhm.
But on a lighter note, I do want to give my flowers, and this is more so a projection. the Turkish Excellency. He said that he is going to lower prices on the pay-per-view fights. You heard that right,
You said
people.
what?
He's going to lower the prices on the pay-per-view boxing matches.
Okay, okay.
He
Hey,
said
look,
better Vive and Bevel will be $15.
that's what he said. Oh
That's what he
shit.
said. $15. He
Hey,
said that the people are not buying these fights because they're too expensive, and he needs to lower the prices.
what?
So, Turkish Excellency, if you do this, I take back everything I said about the Hall of Fame, baby. You need to be in the Hall of Fame
Hey,
twice.
I was just a step ahead of you, brother. But listen here, that goes into a deeper conversation me and you had, I think, last week about just like there's not a lot of boxers that deserve pay per view style fights. Like it's just not.
Mhm.
Like we can literally name 3 to 4: Canelo, Tank, Terrence Crawford, depending on who he fights. And anyway, if he ever decides to market himself more outside of Japan,
He got a
those are
fight
the
this week.
only 4 fighters. Tyson Fury, he used to be it, but he's not anymore after the loss that he had. Um, Anthony Joshua, no, I think he's more of an England pay per view fighter. I don't think he's a States type of fighter. Like now, if it was like a, when Deontay Wilder was big, Anthony Joshua type of situation, I think that could have been a big fight.
Yeah,
Deontay Wilder once was it, but obviously
yeah,
he's out
not
of the
anymore.
situation anymore. But shout out to him, man. You know what I mean? We've been said it. A lot of these fights that they're charging $80 for, it's ridiculous. Um, it's not worth it at the end of the day. But man,
Hell, if he, I wouldn't even been mad if he said 29.99. At least it's not
I remember they
80.
used to be. I remember boxing fights used to be like $40, $50.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm not even mad at that. But like these $100 fights, like, and I get it. It kind of started with the Mayweather situation where Mayweather, some of the Mayweather fights. I think that Pacquiao fight was like $120 just to watch that shit. And look, man, I said a lot of these fighters do not deserve pay-per-view showings. A lot of these boxers need to be on like daytime TV, ESPNs or CBS's, Fox, and all that. Especially if you want this sport to be bigger. I think that's the next big thing that he needs to figure out as far as like putting this more on local TV stations, so that a lot of these boxers can get more of their name out to the non-boxing fans who don't watch this consistently. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's another conversation we can have at a later time. But good for him, man. I'm glad he's doing that. $15 is a muy buen price.
yeah, for sure.
Are you gonna purchase it?
Huh?
Are you gonna purchase it?
The Bible fight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
of
you still?
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Shit.
What do you mean? I purchase all the fights. I show support.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, hell no, the week. I'm not gonna be long with it, but I got 3 of them. First one goes to my Gators. It was a terrible showing, but there's a video out where Miami Hurricanes players were talking to Florida recruits on a recruiting trip, telling them not to go to Florida and come to the U after that ass whooping that they put on the Gators. So look, my Gators, it was a bad week all the way around. A lot of those recruits, I think I even saw one of the recruits that we had. It's a 5-star receiver, 4-star receiver. Now he's starting to second guess coming to Florida now because of that ass whooping, and he's considering Miami. So look, a lot of these young kids are very impressionable, especially at a stadium like that. I think I even saw another video where a young gentleman who was a recruit laughing at University of Florida getting their asses whooped. So that's not really a good look, man. So my Florida Gators get a hell nah. The Chase Bank glitch, all those people who were trying to get easy money out of Chase and thought no repercussions was gonna happen, y'all get a hell nah. So yeah, that. And then last but not least, Direct TV and Disney, y'all get the biggest hell nah of the motherfucking week. Y'all ain't slick. This is the second year in a row I feel like y'all have done this where you guys have, for some reason, you guys want to do your contract deadline 10 minutes before a college football game and the week before, a couple days before NFL starts. Y'all do this every year, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of Disney trying to kind of monopolize and literally try to get as much money as possible that Disney can get. DirecTV, I'm tired of their shit because the service on there is already trash. And then on top of that, you guys are denying people who already pay a lot of money for your services to get denied watching these games, and especially you guys doing it 10 minutes before the kickoff. Y'all not slicking what y'all doing. Both companies are taking the L in this. So I canceled my Direct TV subscription. I had Direct TV stream, but I canceled that shit with the quickness. I'm tired of dealing with that shit, and it's just a disservice to the paying customers and fans who are just trying to watch these games, man. And you guys over here trying to manipulate that by trying to get the deals that you want and the prices that you guys want to put out there, so people have to spend on this product just to be used upon you guys' you know um, negotiation ploy. So it's ridiculous, man, and it's getting old.
Yeah, man, that is ridiculous. That's messed up, brother. Messed up. My hell no goes to Dabo Swing. My brother. My brother. You gotta hit the transfer portal, sir. Because if you don't,
Stop whipping that NIL money out
you're gonna be sitting on ESPN talking football, player. You're
right
gonna
next to Nick.
you're gonna be on first take, giving your picks for the week.
Hmm.
Because you didn't want to hit the transfer portal because you're so high and mighty, and I'm Devil Sweeney. No, you got to get Leroy Johnson from the other school.
Yeah.
There's a kid in South Carolina named Nick Neighbors, 6'5", 245 pounds, and he runs a 99 speed on college football. Go get him. I'm
Hmm.
telling you, he's good. So, yeah, I'm telling you, Dabo, get with the times, player, or you going to be with Nick. Evolve, sir. And my other hell no goes to the young lady who got fired. She was on camera, and they fired her over the phone, and she was just the worst representation of our culture. Just she
So
was late.
what happened?
She was late from work. She said, "I'm only." I was only 12 minutes late. Like what? Like what?
Yes, yeah.
She did a no call, no show on her birthday and said it was my birthday.
No, no, nah. See, look, listen. I'm taking. She was a black sister. I'm taking
Yeah,
that, right?
shout out to my black sisters out there. This
Listen here,
isn't a
man.
representation of y'all.
Nah, obviously this shouldn't be the representation of black people in a whole. But I do know a lot of black people who show up late to work all the fucking time, bro. Come on, man. We have to be better, bro. We have to be better. If we want to grow as a culture, we have to be better, bro. We got to stop doing the ignorance, bro. Like we have to stop being ignorant in what we do, and especially with these big time corporations we work for, they already have a perception on us as it is already. We don't need to add more fuel to that fire, dog. Come on, man. That's crazy. But shout out to sis.
Shout out to her, y'all. She got me down. Man,
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. Bye. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
and that does it for the show. But definitely, we have to give a shout out to Magnet Sports Drink.
Mhm.
Shout out to Magnet, man.
Yeah.
This is our new drink sponsor, affiliate. Join the Magnet Movement. Whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active, Magnet is your go to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link. Also, you can use the promo code Crystal and Mall to get $5 off your purchase. So get Magnet, push your limits, and feel your passion. Shout out to Magnet.
Shout out, shout out.
uh Whatever streaming platform that you stream on your podcast on, Crystal Lamar podcast is available, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you use to do your podcast. Crystal Lamar is there. Follow us. uh You can listen to all of our episodes, recent to the new one. And if you're a first time watcher on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can jump in the live with us, talk to us like Miss Ball and D and Stan, and talk about these topics with us because we want you guys to be a part of the show just as much as we are. So
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and subscribe to the channel.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, Threads, whatever you use to do your social media on, the Chris Mall podcast is on there. So follow us. We will follow you back. We're just some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, movies, and all kinds of various other things. So go ahead and hit us up, man. If you got a critique or feedback, if you have a question or a topic that you want us to bring up on the show, hit us up via DM, mentions, or email. And if we like said question, whether it be sports, music, movies, whatever it is, and we like it, we will bring it up on the show. We'll shout you out on the show because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and follow us and do all those things.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, good people. Football season is here. We'll be back Wednesday to break it all down, where I tell y'all why the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl and get this three-peat.
Oh my god.
Woo! I'd live to see that face. But yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your Labor Day.
Yeah.
Hope you with your loved ones, man. Hug them, tell them you love them. That auntie that you have a problem with, apologize to her and say, "My bad, auntie," and give her a plate of ribs. You know what I'm saying? Some potato salad or something. That uncle that you can't stand, just tolerate him for today. You know what I'm saying?
God. You don't tell Unc to get the fuck away. Get the fuck away from me, dog.
Why? Damn, I'm trying to bring black families together.
I'm trying to enjoy my goddamn mac and cheese and chicken wings, bro. You over here asking for some money, bro. Get out of here, bro. Hey man, look, shout out to everybody in the chat.
What's $5, man?
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Stan, appreciate you, bro. I know you delusional, but thank you for the 20. Miss Ball and D, all love here, man.
Yeah,
Need
for
you on the
sure.
show again pretty soon. Hope all is well. Everybody, happy Labor Day. Enjoy y'all weekend. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all weekend, and hopefully everybody has a great week, man.
Yeah, man. And we out.